Ever wonder what it would be like to have over 1 million fans before you could even drive a car? Your peers and even your elders idolize you. Your every move scrutinized. Not being able to walk through an airport or a mall without signing an autograph or taking a flick for someone's Instagram. LeBron James was filthy in high school, but there wasn't any IG or YouTube back then. MySpace hadn't even been created yet. 15-year-old Justin Bieber had tweens screaming his name when he toured the country, but he didn't have to deal with the internet trolls. Mikey Williams is only 15 years old, but already has more IG followers than most NBA players. Sure, he's internet famous, but his celebrity wasn't just handed to him, it was earned. This is his story. Michael Anthony Williams was born June 26, 2004 in Southeast San Diego. His parents, Maylon and Sharice Williams, gave him the nickname Mikey when he was just a baby. Mikey's parents were both standout athletes in the San Diego area. Sharice, a softball player, was a natural athlete who went on to play D1 at Hampton University, the real HU. Maylon led San Diego County in scoring and would have had some big-time offers if it weren't for some of the off-court issues.
You know, made some mistakes in my life, you know what I mean? I've been through some tough things, but you know, we all live and we learn.
Unlike his parents, it became obvious early on that things could be different for young Mikey. Mikey idolized his pops at an early age, dribbling a basketball before he could even walk at just 11 months old. From that point on, you couldn't even take the ball from him, even if you wanted to.
I've just always been around basketball. Ever since I was a kid, I've been dribbling a ball since I was like 6 months old.
As a kid, Mikey's parents couldn't keep him off the court. He mostly practiced his game on the outdoor court behind his old apartment complex in San Ysidro. He didn't play video games or watch much TV. He'd only leave the court when it was time to eat or if it was time for bed.
That boy stay on the court all night long if you let him. He's trying to get there.
Mikey worked as a ball boy for the neighboring high school basketball squad. Head coach Terry Tucker said that even then, you couldn't keep him out of the gym.
He was maybe 4th grade, and he was playing the YMCA with a team, and I want to say he was playing against like 6th or 7th graders, and he was giving them buckets.
It wasn't until 6th grade that it became clear that Mikey Williams was a name you'd want to remember. And this 12-year-old kid had just started dunking.
Oh, shit! Oh, God!
Mikey Mania didn't happen overnight, however. Williams spent the summer before his 7th grade year playing for his godbrother Malcolm Thomas's travel team, honing his skills. It was during this time that Mikey really started to stand out as one of the next up-and-coming ballers. His team was widely considered one of the best in the country, and Mikey, in fact, earned the ranking of #1 hooper in the class of 2023 by the Naismith National Youth All-American Report. Mikey still hadn't gained a ton of mainstream popularity. That was all about to change in one big game. The Malcolm Thomas All-Stars versus the North Coast Blue Chips. Mikey Williams versus Bronny James. The North Coast Blue Chips were stacked. They had Ja Jackson, who at 6'10" was the biggest 7th grader in the country. Gabe Cupps was one of the only middle schoolers with near NBA range from 3. And of course, Bronny leading the way at point guard. This was no team to overlook. With a crowded gym watching and the LeBron James himself in the house, Mikey did not disappoint. Young Bull dropped 36 points against the Blue Chips and surely got the GOAT's attention by the end of the game.
And what did he say? He just said,
I'm a good player, stay focused, guys. I'm on the right track, I'm doing the day. Like, a bunch of positive stuff.
After the game, Mikey's name was starting to be learned. And not long after, Mikey was asked to join the Blue Chip squad. Mikey Mania had begun. Everybody and their mama was talking about the new kid on the block. Who was this 13-year-old kid who was teaming up with the Blue Chips? Was he just a dunker, or could he actually play? After that game, Mikey had nearly 100,000 new followers overnight. 2018 was all about the Blue Chips. With Zion Williamson off to college and LaMelo Ball playing pro in Lithuania, the world needed new young hoopers to follow and cling to. The North Coast Blue Chips were that team. The Blue Chips won a national title in Vegas that summer, and Mikey had tripled his fans from 100,000 to 300,000 followers on the gram. He hadn't even started 8th grade. Following a huge summer on the circuit, Mikey Williams and his teammates had the opportunity to visit the Duke campus and check out their basketball facilities. Mikey wasn't about to miss his opportunity to put on a show for the high-flying Zion. Mikey teamed up with Bronny, gained hundreds of thousands of new followers, and won a natty. Now, Mikey Williams was certified as the newest and youngest member of Zion's Jam fam? Not a bad summer if you ask me. Everyone kept asking for more Mikey Williams, so you know we had to give the people what they want. We pulled up to San Diego and did a dope Who's Next feature on him, and he even did his own overtime challenge. Y'all better peep those after this. Both those videos helped Mikey take off even more, and by March of 2019, Lil Bro had over 500,000 followers. I'ma take this time to remind you, he's still only 14 years old at this point. Crazy! With summer quickly approaching, young Mikey had a big decision to make. Eventually, Mikey decided he was playing for the Compton Magic. This is the same program that DeMar DeRozan and Baron Davis played for back in the day, and they were looking for a new young star just like Mikey. Not gonna lie though, some people were concerned. Mikey was gonna play up a division with the Magic, and people didn't know how he would do against the older and bigger competition. We weren't concerned though. Mikey came out banging with his new squad. This dunk and stare down got the kid 25,000 new followers in a single day. Actually, man, run that clip back one more time. It still gives me the shakes. In May of 2019, Mikey had to pull up to the overtime takeover. Tons of big names came through. NBA champ Jason Williams, famous street baller Bone Collector, D Wade's oldest son Zaire, but it was clear who the star of the event was. His name was Mikey Williams.
Hey, I'm taking dubs all day. I didn't come to New York City to lose.
San Diego's Golden Boys spent the next few months traveling and dominating with the Compton Magic, but we can just sum it up with a few of our favorite clips. By the end of the summer, Mikey had more than 800,000 IG followers, and it was time to take his talents to high school. Once again, Mikey had a big decision to make. Where should he go to high school? We're talking about the top-ranked incoming freshman in the world right now. The obvious decision would be for him to team back up with Bronny James at Sierra Canyon, or go to basketball academy like IMG. But Mikey Williams, he's not your obvious guy. He takes pride in his hometown and those who helped bring him up. Remember my guy Terry Tucker from earlier? The high school coach who Mikey used to ball boy for as a kid? Well, Mikey chose to go to the little-known San Ysidro High School and play for him. Hey, for real Mikey, that's real, no cap. It wasn't until October 7, 2019 where he gave us a sneak peek of what high school Mikey was gonna do.
Turn me up!
Jesus, what can't you do, bro? After posting it on the gram, Mikey went to sleep that night, not thinking much of it. The next morning, Mikey had over 1 million followers on IG. That little sneak peek wasn't capping either. Young Bull came out firing in his first ever high school game with the varsity squad. He dropped 43 points in his first ever game. He followed that game with high-scoring performance after high-scoring performance, including a couple of back-to-back 50 balls. Then on December 13th, 2019, Mikey capped off the decade with the performance of a lifetime. He dropped 77 points in a single game.
77!
The highest scoring game since some sophomore put up 92 a few years back. LaMelo Ball. You ever heard of him? So what's next for Mikey? He's got the body bags, he's got the jumper, he's got the role models, he's got the city of San Diego behind him. He hasn't even turned 16 yet. The boy can't even drive, but it feels like he's already engraved his place on this planet. To be honest, I couldn't even tell you what he's gonna do next. Is it 100 points in a game? Is it a double East Bay? I don't know, and I'm not gonna try. The only thing I do know is that it's 2020 now, and we've seen what Mikey's done over the past 10 years. I'ma bet he's got a whole lot more for us in the decades to come. I'ma be watching you, Mikey.
I'm kind of tired of everyone wanting to be like us, Chloe.
I mean, but we fire though.
That's true. So if you want to check out the rest of the videos, they're right here.
Heat.
And you know you gotta subscribe because you gotta get fly like us.
That big O.
You know?